Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Nama saya Ghufran dengan NIM 2113 19 11 18. Akan membagikan tugas cara meningkatkan dalam kemampuan berbicara berbahasa Inggris. How to improve our English. Try to learn English without translation. Stop your real communication and make you sound foreign. Cobalah belajar bahasa Inggris tanpa terjemahan. Menerjemahkan menghentikan komunikasi kita yang sebenarnya membuat kita terdengar asing. Lalu, speak a little English every day and focus on your pronunciation. Bicara sedikit bahasa Inggris setiap hari dan fokuslah pada pengucapan Anda. Considering attending an English class or discussion group. Cobalah menghadiri kelas bahasa Inggris atau grup diskusi. Listen to English on the radio or TV. Mendengarkan berbahasa Inggris di radio ataupun televisi. Read and write in English as well. Membaca dan menulis dalam bahasa Inggris juga. Train yourself to think in English. Berlatihlah untuk sendiri dalam berbahasa Inggris. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Jangan takut dalam kesalahan. Lalu, speak little English every day. The absolute best way to learn any new language is just to speak. It doesn't matter if you only know 5 English words or if you're practically fluent. Speaking English with another person is the fastest, most effective method of improving. Jadi, cara terbaik dalam berbahasa Inggris adalah dengan berbicara. Tidak mengapa jika kamu hanya tahu 5 kata bahasa Inggris atau lancar. Speaking English with another person is the fastest. Berbicara berbahasa Inggris dengan orang adalah cara tercepat, cara efektif dalam meningkatkannya. Maksudnya jadi metode paling efektif dalam meningkatkan. Jangan tunggu, don't wait until you feel more comfortable speaking in English. You probably won't teach that level for a long time. So push yourself outside of your comfort zone and start speaking English today. You'll be amazed at how quickly your language skill improves. Work on pronunciation. Even if you have acceptable grasp of the English language with good grammar and extensive vocabulary, native English speaker may find it very difficult to understand if you don't work on pronunciation. Correct, clear pronunciation is essential if you really want to improve your level of English. Listen closely how the native English speaker pronounce certain words and sounds, and do your best to copy them. Pay particular attention to any sounds that you are unfamiliar with or that do not exist in your native tongue. For example, some people have difficulty pronouncing the R sound, as it doesn't exist in their native language, while other people have difficulty with certain consonant clusters, such as The th sound. Pay attention to the sound that are similar to the sound in your native language. Remember, they are not the same, even though they seem to be equal. Expand your vocabulary and use idiomatic phrases. The wider your vocabulary and the more English phrases you learn, the easier speaking English will become. Again, spending time with native English speaker will help you to pick on common vocabulary and phrases in a natural way. Already watching English TV and listening to the news is also beneficial. Once you've learned a new word or phrase, you should make an effort to use it in a sentence. This is the best way to commit it to memory. Another easy way to commit new word to memory is to make labels for everyday household items and stick them around your house or apartment. Then every time you use it, the kettle look in the mirror, you will see English word. These items starting back to you. Should start a notebook or idiomatic phrase that the English speaker use all the time. Some examples include it's raining cats and dogs, raining heavily, to be on cloud nine, to be very happy, or saying something is a piece of cake when something is very easy. Drinking this kind of phrase into your conversation will bring your level of English up several notches. Attend an English class or discussion group. Another great way to incorporate some extra English conversation into your weekly routine is to sign up for a class of discussion group. Attending an English class is a great way to focus some of more formal aspect of speaking English. A class will teach you grammarly correct way if you speak, which include proper sentence structure and verb conjugation, and will generally provide a very structured approach to language learning. Attending a discussion group is more informal and relaxed way of learning English, where emphasis is more communication and relationship building than on speaking correct English. Speaking English in this setting can help you to become more comfortable with speaking in front of other people. Both of these language learning settings have their pros and cons, so it's, to, it's always best to do both if you can. Carry a dictionary. Carrying an English dictionary with you all the time, whatever inside an actual book or a phone app, can be very useful. Having a dictionary means that you will never be stuck forward. It can save you a lot of embarrassment if you have a conversation with an English speaker and forget a word middle of sentence. All you have to do is take a second to look up. Aside from saying your awkwardness looking up the word you need, then immediately using it in a sentence will actually help you to commit the new vocabulary to memory. It is also helpful to have a dictionary to pursue through the day during private moments like when you're sitting on the train, waiting to the cross street, or just having a cup of coffee. You could learn an extra 20 or 30 English words per day using this technique. As a beginner, you should start with an English dictionary that provides definition in your native language. However, once your language skill improves, you should switch to using as an English dictionary which provides English definition for English word. Listen, radio, or podcast. One of the best way to improve your English listening comprehension is download English language podcast or radio apps on your phone or MP3 player. You should then make an effort to listen to the podcast or radio. So for at least 30 minutes per day, do it in the gym or you communicate to work or you are sitting on your computer. Make an effort to understand what's being said. Don't just let the English wash over you, even if you find it too fast. Try to pick out keywords and press to get general idea of what conversation is about. If you can make a note any words or press that you don't understand and look up. The translation afterward. Then listen to the podcast or show again to hear the new words expressed in context. Watch English movie and TV show. Another fun way to improve your listening comprehension is to watch English movie or TV show. Try to pick movie or TV show that you will enjoy. This will make the exercise feel like less of a chore. If possible, choose movie or show that you are already familiar with, such as children cartoon or blockbuster film. If you already know the basic story, you will find the language much easier to pick up. However, you should avoid watching movie or television show with subtitle in your native language. They will only distract you and make you less inclined to focus on understanding the English, which is the whole point of exercise. Read an English book, newspaper, or magazine. Reading is an essential part of learning new language, so don't forget to practice. Find something you are already interested in, whether that is famous English novel, the New York Times, or fashion magazine, and start working on your way through it. If you find content boring, you will be less inclined to persevere with it. Again, make an active effort to actually understand what you're reading. Don't just skim over it. Highlight any words or phrases that you don't understand, then look them up in dictionary. If you are alone, you could also try reading aloud. This will allow you to improve your reading comprehension while also working on your pronunciation. Keep diary in English. Aside from reading and listening comprehension, you should also spend more time working on your written English. This may be difficult. This may be one of the most difficult aspects of your language learning. It is important, nevertheless, writing in English will help you work on your sentence structure, grammar, and spelling. Try keeping an English every diary in which you write down a few sentences every day. It doesn't have to be deeply personal. You could write about the weather, what you ate for dinner, or what your plans are for the day. If you are comfortable with it, the native speaker to look over what you have written and check it for new errors. This will help you to avoid making the same mistake over and over again. Stay motivated. When learning a new language, it's important to stay motivated and never give up on your goal fluency. Stay committed to language learning goal by reminding yourself and how how badly you want to achieve it. Think of all of the amazing experience and opportunities that will be available to you once you've mastered in English language. You will be able to conserve with English speakers from across the world and develop new exciting relationships. You will be able to engage with English speaking culture like never before and potentially further your career as a result during your language skill. Practice every day. If you want to gain fluency quickly, you need to commit practicing every day. Learning new language is based on repetition. So if you wait too long between study lessons, you will forget everything you learned previously and have start all over again, wasting a valuable time. However, you shouldn't study too much that grow you sick of English. Try to keep things interesting by completing your different tasks each day. One day of reading, one day listening comprehension, one day writing practice, one day studying grammar, etc. However, you should never pass up an opportunity to practice speaking English as this number of the most important thing you can do to gain fluency. Train yourself to think English. One way to make transition from being very good and at English to being fluent is to train your brain to actual thinking in the English language, constantly translating from your native language into English and back again and set your head consume time and energy. If language has in or nuances and peculiarities which make impossible to accurately translate from language another in certain instance. As a result, the spoken and written in English will flow much more naturally and fluently if you can just train your brain to think in English. Think of the like switch when it's time communicate in English. You need to turn English brain on your mother language brain off. Don't be afraid of mistake. The biggest obstacles that stand in the way learning of new language is the fear of making mistake. This fear serves no purpose. It merely hindrance that prevent from your reaching goal fluency. Don't be afraid making mistake and don't be shy. Of course, you can speak new language perfectly at the start. Try to express yourself, albeit with difficulty. Remember that everyone make mistakes when they are learning a new language. It's a right of passage. You will almost learn. You have your fair share awkward, embarrassing moments when you accidentally say something rude or incorrect. But this is all part of fun. Also remember that you're not aiming for perfection when you're learning to speak English. You're aiming for progress. Making mistake is all part of the learning process. They will help you become better. So embrace them. Use full search for English learner. TED, VOA, or TV, YouTube. Word order. Most English sentence clauses conform for to the SVO. What orderlies mean that subject comes before the verb, which come before the object, like a cat chases mouse, mouse chases cat. So that's it for the presentation today. Thank you very much.